ABC journalist Anne Barker joins us now live. And Anne, with so much activity happening there at the site of the cave entrance, is it fair to say that developments are happening there? Perhaps the operation may in fact be about to take place or underway?
Yes, Miriam, we haven't had confirmation still, but we have been moved a few kilometres now away from the cave site, and we've been set up in a new media centre here about maybe 3 kilometres away. We're actually waiting for a press conference that's about to begin, we're told, soon, where Thai authorities will presumably tell us whether the rescue has begun or whether it's about to begin. But certainly all the signs this morning have been suggesting that it is one or the other. It's either imminent or it's already begun. There were ambulances, a long line of ambulances going into the cave site. The media were given until 9 a.m. local time to extract all their belongings and leave. They put tarpaulins up in front of the cave site to block all views, to encourage the media to go. And certainly they're trying to clear the roads so that only emergency workers, police, ambulances can get in. There is only one road in after all, so they want to ensure there's maximum access once these boys and their coach come out. Now, I should say that some Thai journalists have been told, and told our Thai fixer, that they have heard that all 12 boys and the coach have been moved inside the cave to another chamber, which would mean that they have already presumably used scuba diving gear to make some distance inside the cave. But I have to stress, we don't know that for sure. We haven't heard it from the authorities, but we have heard it from a journalist who's regarded as reliable and credible. So make of it what you will, but that's certainly what we've heard, and we're hoping that we will hear something along those lines when this press conference takes place soon.
Obviously, authorities there remaining tight-lipped and taking every precaution. And just to take us through the complexity of this operation, and of course concerns there about variability of factors such as the weather, rainfall, and of course oxygen levels, which will affect the timing of this.
Sure. I mean, certainly the rain and the oxygen, I think, have been two of the key factors that have driven the timing in all of this. The oxygen levels have been seen to drop quite remarkably inside the cavity where the boys have been trapped for over 2 weeks now. And even outside of that chamber and in some of the bigger chambers where the rescue workers have been storing some of their supplies and their air tanks, that oxygen level has also fallen to quite risky levels. If it had fallen just a bit more, then it would be regarded as quite dangerous. Carbon monoxide levels have also gone up simply because there are so many people inside, and they've had to limit the number of divers and rescue workers inside now. So that's something that's in the back of their minds as they plan the timing of this. Last night we had very heavy rain. I believe there was very heavy rain at the cave site as well, which is a few kilometres away from our hotel. And the forecast is for heavy rains here again today. The weather has clearly closed in today. It's very misty. There's a really big sort of fog across the mountain above the cave. So that too would suggest that if they're going to make best use of the relative dry spell and act before the heaviest rains come, then now is the time to do that. And they may well have done that already.
And is it possible to estimate how long an operation of this nature might take?
Well, we were told that even for an experienced diver, it's roughly 5 or 6 hours into the cave where the boys were trapped all the way from the entrance. It's a full 4 kilometre distance swimming through very narrow and difficult and deep channels of water. And that it's another maybe 5 or 6 hours coming back. But that's, not accounting for the fact that these boys have never used scuba diving gear before. The youngest is 11, some of them are in their early teens, and who knows just how long they will take. Now, we're told that there's a team of 4 very elite divers, probably the best of their kind in the whole world, who dive in caves, who will lead that group of boys and the coach out. And if those reports we heard this morning are accurate, it might suggest that they're going to do this in stages and they're not going to take them the full distance. So that might mean that it will be much longer than 5 hours between them leaving the little pocket where they've been the last 2 weeks to getting to the cave entrance, if they're going to regain their confidence, get a bit of fresh air again before they then make the next few hundred metres inside the cave. That's what we just don't know, and that's what we're hoping to hear soon.
There with all the latest, our reporter Anne Barker at Chiang Rai in Thailand.